Grab your rule books, Wargamers, because today we're walking through the Interlude number 2 of the Blackraven Void Pirates campaign by way of 5 Parsecs from home. In our last episode, Cobalt 15 and his crew successfully extracted the Discordian priest from the hands of a group of isolationist psychic space dwarves. You remember these guys, don't you? And as a result, the crew is one step closer to finding that alien magic baby. Or is it magic alien baby? It's magic alien baby. Before we can put together the next scenario, we have a little bit of bookkeeping to do to close out the last scenario. For Void Pirates, which, it's worth pointing out, also comes with a rather elegant little campaign system, most of which we are ignoring in favor of our largely narrative campaign. For Void Pirates, you will start off post-battle sequence by determining the fate of the fallen. We saw injuries last time around. This time around, we didn't have any, so our gimpy little thug no longer has to deal with the consequences of his injury. I've erased that from his character sheet. The next thing you have to run through is experience, and in this case, everybody that put an enemy down for the count, well, everybody gets 1 experience point. And everybody that put an enemy down for the count also gets an experience point. Now, the only one that did that was Lieutenant Dane, so he is up to 4 experience points. And Marion, who we're going to give an experience point for successfully hacking the system, everybody gets a bump. At 3 experience points, you get what the authors of Void Pirates call a bump. And the kind of bump you get depends on what kind of fighter you got. We'll start with our own Cobalt 15. I think he has been riding high on that. We're going to go with a general bump for him. Roll a d6. And plus 1d post-battle checks. So if he gets hurt, so he has a plus 2 on death checks to begin with, and then we're going to go with plus 1d post-battle. For Marion, who is 1 step closer to finding the magic alien baby, but no closer to finding true love, she is a specialist. She rolls on a chart of her own. And that chart, if we roll a 6, says plus 1d to one of the following: attack, ranged, close, defense, and defense. Okay. So she gets to be good at 1 extra thing. Since she's carting a shotgun around, we're going to give her a 5d on attacking at ranged. Then there is a special rule for our thug and for our shooter. They can roll on the combat chart, which we're going to do, and they roll twice and pick whichever one they want. So starting with Rusty, he gets a 2 and a 6. And as a result, he gets to choose between plus 1d for ranged combat and plus 1d on KO checks. And I think we're going to go with Hammerhand. Oh, no. We're going to go with Iron Jaw, which gives him a plus 1d on KO check. So when he hits 0 vitality, he's going to roll 5 dice, and if he scores, I think it's 4 successes, then he gets to continue the fight. But the next vitality he loses, he doesn't get knocked out, he automatically goes down. So for our shooter, he rolls a 4 and a 6. He can have +1D on ranged combat defense or +1D on KO checks, and he is going to go with +1D on a ranged defense. So he is now up to a total of 7 dice when people shoot at him. He is even better at hiding than before. Let me walk you through the rest of this post-battle sequence just so I can show you how it works. In Void Pirates, you go through upkeep. They have a rather elegant little, call it a wealth system that revolves around crew wealth scores, and if you do well, you make more money, and as you gain money, you can spend that money, but you do have to pay for upkeep, so there is a constant churn and a constant pressure on your crew to keep working and keep hiring. Then you get to choose a number of different things you can do: acquiring items, fencing the stolen goods, and a lot of this is dependent upon the battle that you just fought. You may be in a kind of treasure hunt, and the more tokens you recover from the battlefield, the better you're going to do on your CWS. You can also go on a couple of fun little, call it side quests, lifting a curse, heroic quests. You can do research, you can do some mercenary work, visit the cantina, do a little bit of gambling. So all of these things have a chance to help you out, have a chance to hurt you, and then when you're done, you total up the crew total experience, and you can get underdog bonuses, the same as you see in a lot of other game systems. So that's the campaign system for Void Pirates. It's a nice one. There's a lot of bookkeeping. I think it would work great if you have 2 or even a 4-player campaign. But since we are flying solo on these, and we really just have our 4 heroes who are following through a series of adventures, we are going to stick with 5 Parsecs from home. And specifically, we're working our way through the quest, which is a step campaign that you use to find clues. Now we have to check to generate a quest mission, which is a simple D100 check. 48, find. So we're going to put 4 terrain features on the opposite half of the table, use the search mechanic to identify the target. Once it's been located, the mission is a success, and the group can withdraw or fight off any remaining hostile elements. That's pretty much exactly what we just did. Okay, we're going to do it again. But to see what we have different, we're going to find out what our battle layout is. And to do that, we'll roll on this chart. 58. This battle is going to be open with D3 small features, D3 individual features. So let's roll. The red is for the small. So relatively wide open. We're going to have 3 small features and just 2 individual features. But what are we looking for? I have a chart for that. Mission target. We're looking for 44. A from 40 to 42, 46 to 48. So we're missing something here. 43 to 44 is the mystery spot. Now, for those of you that don't know, small slice of Americana, mystery spots are little cabins that are set up with angles that are non-Euclidean. They look a little MC Escher-esque, so you can stand at the opposite side of the room and look way bigger than somebody on the near side of the room, or balls appear to roll uphill. That's the kind of thing we're looking for. Well, we're looking for a magic alien baby. Our mystery spot is going to be a shrine, a hidden shrine that the Discordian priest told us about. And if one of the crew can enter the shrine, he may be able to commune with the force of the universe, which will point him towards the magic alien baby. And the last order of business is going to be to find out who the enemy is. Somebody is in the area. And an 81 tells me that it's primitives. Add 2 figures, armed entirely with blades. Well, hey howdy ho, buckaroo. I just happen to have finished painting up a string of primitives. Let me go get 'em. Here's the first of the 6. Now, I know he's holding a pistol. Don't worry about it. When we sit down to whip these guys up and program them into the Void Pirates programming language, these double-eyed, creepy-looking little guys are only going to be carrying bladed weapons. Let's call them primitives who understand the purpose of boomsticks, but they don't have the knowledge to create ammunition for them. So there's our antagonists. They're all going to be thugs, which means they're all going to be tough. The bad news for them is that with a wide open terrain, might be a little hard for them to get close enough to actually do anything. And they're going to be on even footing with old Mr. Rusty there, who's a bit of a scrapper himself. Primitive lizards. Let me make a note of this. Blades only. And I think that's it. The only thing that's left to do is stat these guys up. Fortunately, my stat sheet has room for 6. And we're going to have to come up with some way to identify which of these bad boys is which. Nothing we haven't done before, nothing we can't do again. So I'll leave you with that. Having sussed out the location of a secret hidden shrine, or at least somewhere on the planet, a region of the planet, we're going to do something that I would never have thought of on my own. My skirmish tables are typically very dense with terrain. I like having lots of things for my guys to hide behind and lots of tactical options. Doing 3 small features, and I think what we'll do is probably do 3 small woods and a couple of individual features, just large boulders or something like that, to break things up a little bit more. I think that's going to provide a very different sort of game for me. We may wind up, to balance things out a little bit, we may make these the guardians of the shrine, and we'll put 2 of them into each of the woods and make our heroes search each of the woods. I don't know. We'll see after I get these guys statted up. Tune in 2 days for episode 3 of The Adventures of the Blackraven. God bless you.